Mrs. Park. It's Radecki, isn't it?
I don't
Check
know.
that one.
Do we sit in front?
Yeah, we'll sit up over there.
Okay.
Good morning. All right. As principal of Laker High School, it's my honor to welcome you all here to our awards assembly this morning. Parents, I'd like to thank you for coming today. It's an honor to recognize your students for their outstanding accomplishments in academics today. So we're pleased that you're here. This is one of my favorite times of the year because we get to recognize outstanding achievement. So I just wanted to say that parents feel free to take pictures. Use your phones appropriately, please. Students, that does not include you. Please put your phones off and away. And I might also remind you, students, we expect your best behavior. And with that, we are going to roll through the program. We have class awards, and then Mr. Etzel and I will finish up with our group awards. So to start things out today, Mr. Warnick.
Good morning, everybody. Usually I follow up Mr. Cook, and it's hard to outdress him. So, but all of you are looking sharp this morning. So the awards I have this morning, I have 3 that are kind of honoring our CKH things that we do here at the school, and then 3 that are excellence in mathematics, which that class for the high school would be geometry. And then I have 1 pin for the highest overall achieving student in our geometry classes this year. So to start out, if I could have Samantha De Oliveira come up to the stage. This is an award for responsibility, courage, and perseverance. Just a great kid to have in class. My pleasure. And then next, if we can have Levi Helmuth. So I know Mrs. Park could say this, that this young man, like, he took charge in class, actually, not just for himself, but self-directed, a ton of empathy, and the Teamwork Award. The next and last CKH award is going to be Lydia Pop. So I'm going to start out by letting Lydia lead good things. Just kidding. She is great every day. In terms of kindness, courage, and perseverance, she has done a great job this year. Awesome job. And I do appreciate it. Now, moving on to the 3 certificates for excellence in geometry. Lydia Rokicki. And Sadie Steinman. And Melody Tillery. And then finally, for the highest achieving for excellence in geometry is Ella Wilson. So it looks like we're going to continue with math, and Mrs. Paganini is going to be up next.
All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. So I had one section of Algebra 1 this year. We had a smaller group, so I only have a couple of awards to give out. But my first award goes to a student who was unafraid to always ask questions and get clarifications on things for her understanding. And what I don't think she realized is that she helped a lot of her classmates in doing so. So never stop doing that. Emma Purcell. All right, and my other award is the pin for the highest achieving student in my class. I'm very proud of this student. She did great all year long, and that goes to Scarlett Conkey. All right, and next up is Mr. Lackey.
Morning again. Thanks for everyone coming out. Thank you, parents, for coming out and showing support for your students. If it wasn't for you, most of them probably wouldn't be here. So I really appreciate parents, and I didn't mean that physically. We're going to start out with mechatronics. So outstanding performance in mechatronics. Can I get Chase Balicki? Evan Braun. Wyatt Buholtz. Samantha Burek. Zach Fritz. Brady Eisler. Scarlett Conkey. Julia Shoup. Layla Stone. And my highest achieving student earning the pin this year was Mason Cady. We can call him the 3D print specialist. If I had questions, I just asked Mason. Next up, for my section of algebra, I have Gracie Prill. Chloe Chandler. Ellie Stafford. Chase Schwarzenegger. And my highest achieving math student this year, earning the pin, Evan Braun. Next up is Mr. Diebel. I have the privilege of awarding his awards this morning. He has 3 awards for outstanding performance in mechatronics. Timothy Gasta. Paige Horetsky. And last is Josh Schaefer. No, Josh. You want me to... Next up is art with Mr. Donovan.
All right, good morning. Morning. I see so many of you dressed up today. You look very nice. And then I remembered when I got here today, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's an awards assembly. And I'm wearing jeans and an awesome sweatshirt. Go white. I'm not trying to pander to the guy with 2 kids at state, but these awards are for, and I just did the highest GPA in my classes. Basically, I have a certificate and I have a pin. I have a lot of great kids this year. I have a lot of great kids every year, but the groups that came through this year were just really great. Just a lot of good kids. Doesn't matter the grade, doesn't matter whether you're coming to my room for a class or seeing me in the hallway and saying hello or coming to my classroom and mooching food off of me. Hi, Serena. All right, so, and Shay. Anyway, no, that's okay. That's what it's there for. Anyway, the award for the highest GPA, the certificate, is Sydney Protzman. This next student, I just wanted to say something. This is the first time I met this student, and all year in Art 1, she was like, Mr. Donovan, I can't do it. Mr. Donovan, I'm going to fail. Mr. Donovan, I can't do it. This is going to destroy me. And then she ends up getting the highest grade in my classroom. And that would be Nicole Haig. For Art 2, the certificate for the highest grade is for Elodie Burrow. And the pin goes to a student who is super quiet, but one of the hardest workers I've ever seen, is constantly, that's not you, I'm sorry. But for Art 2, the pin is Miriam Shoup. All right, for independent art, for the certificate, it is my homie, Faith Hazard Brill. And let's be honest, you're all my homies. To paraphrase a retired teacher, Mike Terrell, homies, and you are my homies. So he used to say friends. Anyway, for those of you old enough to remember that. Anyway, the last one, this student put in a tremendous amount of effort, won an award at the Huron County Art Show this year for his sculpture, and just a great kid, and I hope he feels better soon because he's got a heck of a cough. So, Josiah Maurer. Can somebody tell me who's up next? Mr. Yoder, come on up.
Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Thank you for coming out today, and thank you for being such great students. A lot of my awards go to seniors, but I still have some awards to give to some incredible underclassmen, so how can I get going here? What I traditionally award is the highest average, the highest GPA in each of my different classes, different subjects, things like that. So for the Computer Science Award, for the highest average in the class, or the second highest average in the class, would be Faith Hazard Prill. In my 4th hour world history class first semester, one of the highest averages in the class the award would go to Elodie Burrow. In my world history class 4th hour, the second semester class, the second highest award would go to Evan Olson. In my final certificate would go to the highest GPA in 3rd hour for the first semester would be Leela Stone. I do have three medals to give out. These are not for the class, the hour in particular, but for the overall, such as my world history class. There's 3 different subjects, or 3 different hours of it. So I do give an award to the highest of all of them. So these are very special students. They work very hard. They are usually in the 98 to 100 percentile. So they are incredible students. So I'd like to honor these individuals. We'll start with the world history, Lauren Fritz. The highest overall for the entire year in computer science would go to Emma Latour. And my final award goes to the highest for the entire class in psychology. That would be Elodie Burrow. Next up would be the incredible Mr. Snyder.
Happy last Friday. I'm sure none of you have been counting down. I have. All right. So I had incredible goals and dreams of coming up with incredible awards that I would give. I had this huge list I wanted to do. Some of them serious, some of them not. I wanted to give an award for person to fart on an Uncrustable and try to get your teacher to eat it. Shout out to Anthony and Noah. For most selfies snuck on my phone when I'm out in the hallway greeting people. Shout out Brady Eisler. For most interesting questions every single day, Aiden Behrens. But if you know anything about me, I can't remember anything past 20 minutes. And so I forgot to submit awards until 10 minutes before they were due. And I didn't want Miss Lavasser to hate me, so you get what you get. So I mostly stuck with the highest grade, which I know is a little lame. I do want to say that I think that highest grade is incredible, and I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of you. But that's not the only thing that marks whether you're being successful or growing. So that being said, first hour, student that got the highest grade in first hour, she busted her butt. She asked questions all the time. She wanted to be better every day, and that would be Chloe Gino. All right, second hour. Second hour goes to a young lady who was always working really hard, so much so that she was willing to and constantly helping the other people around her. She wanted them to be successful as well, almost to the point to where I had to tell her to lay off a little bit because they needed to learn as well. She was that helpful. And that would go to Braylee Cool. All right, fifth hour was super competitive. The kids from fifth hour, the top 5 from that hour, would have been the top of any other hour. They work super hard every year. Assignments that I thought would take them a day ended up taking them 5 days because they were so invested in doing a good job. So the pin for overall highest for 9th grade would go to Sydney Protzman. All right, and as far as the highest grade awards, the last one goes for my last hour students. Ella is new this year, but she dominated in every category. Shout out to Ella Wilson. Oh, before I get to the next one, I also want to give an informal award. I don't know if Odin's here today, but he had the greatest death scene I've ever seen in a Romeo and Juliet. So shout out to Odin. This last award is tricky. So, like, I never want to give like a most improved award because it makes it sound like, hey, you used to suck and now you suck slightly less, right? Like, that's lame. For one of these students, I would tell them that they used to suck and now they suck less because that's the relationship that I feel like we have. But the other one, I genuinely really wanted them to know that I've been really impressed with how hard they've worked. So she decided that she wasn't happy with where she was first semester, and she kicked her butt, and she worked so hard, and that'll be Kenzie Prill. All right, and then the last one, who I don't mind saying you kind of sucked and now you suck less. Love you to death. You've worked really hard. This goes to John Hendon. All right, and up next we have the more wonderful Snyder. So, Mrs. Snyder.
Ooh. Thanks. Sorry, this is the moment where I remember what awards I gave out. Okay, so I'm going to do highest GPA in both classes for physical science and biology. And I'll start with physical science, and that's going to be Olivia Hooper. And then for biology, the highest GPA is going to be Bryce King. Fun fact, he made a rap and a music video about photosynthesis and cellular respiration, so kind of cool. Okay. So I also have a most improved award, and it's based on grade, but it's also based on just like work ethic and how they just approached learning and how that has changed over the year, and how they became a lot more like into it and more invested. And this is gonna go to Serena Hines. Okay. All right. So I also have a couple of CKH awards to give out. One of the words, like the CKH words throughout the year, was perseverance. And I thought of this person immediately because they have truly persevered through probably one of the most challenging years of their life. Not only that, but they have such a kind heart that I've really been, even though they're so quiet, I've really been able to see that kind heart throughout this year. Not only that, but they appreciate things. Like, I hardly ever receive emails that's like, hey, thanks for doing something. But she has emailed me, I think, a couple times being like, hey, thank you so much for sitting down and helping me. And that meant a lot to me. So this CKH award is for Casey Diebel. And then my other CKH award, I feel like if you know this person, this is like a given. He's never not smiled at me or said hi to me in the hallway. He brings joy and light into every room that he goes into, and that's Raiden Bishop. All right, and then the last awards are for participating in Science Olympiad, which is a competitive group that does building events and testing events all in the science realm. So what I'm gonna have you guys do is, if you know that you were in it, I'm just gonna have you come up and kind of line up here, and then I'll go ahead and name off all the names of the people that are involved in it. So Raiden Bishop, you shouldn't have gone back there. Elodie Burrow, Lauren Fritz, Luke Good, Lainey McCoy, Lydia Pop, Maddie Scatty, Miriam Shoup, Sarah Steinman, Allie Williams, Ella Wilson. That's it. Come here. Okay, now clap. Sorry, that's what my 4-year-olds say to us after they give a interpretive dance performance. So now clap. Up next is the lovely Miss Cartwright.
All right, good morning. Just give my ADHD a second to get organized here. Thank you. Little word of advice. Live your life in such a way that the right people get nervous when you get a microphone and you've got nothing to lose. This microphone, this stage today is about you and celebrating your accomplishments, and I'm really proud of all of you. Looking out, I'm just kind of taking this mental picture and appreciating this moment. But it's been tradition for me, I don't know if 2 years is tradition of anything, but to kind of acknowledge a couple adults that make a difference in this place, I think, for students and maybe don't get that acknowledgement publicly. So I just want to give a shout out this year to Mr. Yoder and Mrs. Stinson, because as you know, they are retiring this year and leaving us. And I really appreciate when you come in as an outsider, you can feel like that outsider. And both of them right away just really made sure to be intentional about coming and making sure that I knew the place and knew that I belonged here. And there's no way we could encompass decades that they have brought to this area, to this school, to this district. I can't say enough about them, and I really do believe they deserve just any acknowledgement that we can give them. So if we could give it up for Mrs. Stinson and Mr. Yoder, that would be great. All right. Okay, so I had the privilege this year of teaching English 11, English 12, and senior strategies. And so a lot of my words were senior night as well. But what's remarkable is I did teach English 8 and 10, so generally almost everyone in this room I've had the privilege of having in my classroom at some point in my short time here. So I love looking out and watching you grow. But today is about English 11, and I have most improved as well. And what's remarkable about these awards are they improved by not just in their scores, but really stepping it up for themselves. They got a little over involved sometimes in other things and realized, pretty quick that might cost them. And then really realigned some priorities and figured it out. And both of these students increased their score from first semester to second by like over 20 points. And I'm very proud of them. So Nicole Williams and Eli McIntyre. All right, I have one more award because I had English 10 last year. That means these guys were stuck with me for 2 years in a row. So I had the opportunity to watch them grow from one year to the next. And this individual, I will say, passed English 10 by the skin of his teeth. That's what us old people say, things like that. And then this year, I've just seen him step up in such a way that I'm very proud and want to keep him going in that direction. He did this presentation after first semester that was more like quantitative, but it was an evaluation of literary pieces that we used all through that semester, and it was remarkable. So I want to encourage him to keep going. Brett Kish. All right, top score. No surprises here, which I think is phenomenal if you say that about someone, right? That you were like, if you can guess who it is, that's a great direction to go in your life, right? That people know that you live a life of excellence, that you keep trying and you strive and push and you make it to the top. And those two awards, the pins, go to Ella Sabatka and Emma Latorre. All right, my last two awards are more about CKH and resiliency. I do a CKH award every year. This individual, and there were a lot of juniors who could have received this award. A lot of improvement in character and who you want to be as people as you walk into any room. And I want to tell you, I see you, I notice. And I appreciate who you are, and I love to see who you're going to be. But the top award for CKH is somebody who I think encompasses every aspect of this award. And she comes in the morning, and it like shifts the whole balance of the room in such positive ways. And pretty much that happens in any room she walks into. You see her ponytail coming down the hallway from a mile away, but you also see her smile, and you feel her spirit. And that is Ashley Gentry. Last but not least, this final award goes to an individual who has shown a tremendous amount of resilience. Many of us know his story, but he has not been in a traditional classroom since elementary. And then he came in, and that can be really confusing because that means that all these social norms and rules and things that you guys have learned all along and been instructed with, he didn't get. And so you got to learn all of that just in a year and in a time and what's appropriate and how to conduct yourself. And I have just watched him grow, and I've watched his classmates come along and support him along the way in a way that is remarkable, and I think he has made us all better people, and he is a remarkable person, and that is Mr. Deacon Foster. And he definitely means that. You know, Dr. Seuss has been quoted as saying, "Be who you be and say what you say, because those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter." I really want to encourage you to live authentically and just tell the truth. And sometimes when you tell the truth, people who don't live authentically or who are insecure about who they are, they might come at you, right? But Dr. Seuss knows where it's at. Folks sometimes will tell you to be less, to do less. I think it's time for those people to say less. Stay weird, man. Like, read books and stay weird. What this school needs, what your community needs, what your church needs, what the church needs, what the world needs is more weird, not less. So read books. Stay weird, man. I'm really proud of you, and I'm really proud to be here. Thank you. Oh, hey, next up, give it up for Mr. Lipsack.
Good morning to you all. To all students, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to yodel yet. But later. I promise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a couple different classes, but a lot of these students persevered no matter where they were at. It was a wonderful year with them, no matter where they were. They did a lot of work and hard work. So I like to honor those. So I'm going to start off with forensic science. Okay, so as I call your name, please come on up. First one up is Alana Dietzel. Next one is Emma Latour. Next one up is Olivia Redman. I will say with forensics, a lot of these students going through this year, trying to solve murder cases, and then also trying to do some great observation skills. And Olivia and the rest, as I'm calling names, have been doing a wonderful job. Next one up, Skylar Steinman. I know he's not here, but Jose Malado. And overall for forensics is Ava Morel. Next class, I want to honor students. They had some great designs. They had a wonderful job putting together is the engineering design class. So as I call you up, I want to say that they had some wonderful ideas as we were trying to figure out what would work, what would not work. So these students come on up, please. Faith Isham. Next one would be Emma Latour. And the overall design, he had some great designs that's going through, like all of them had the class, but he kept coming up trying to figure out this design, how to change it, would be Mr. Evan Brager. Next class would be chemistry. Students persevered. A lot of outstanding students. As I call you up, UD. Next one would be Lauren Fritz. Next person, would be Henry Haig. Next one, I know her name's been called off from other classes because I've had her for multiple, but outstanding also, Emma Latour. Next student up, Mr. Noah Monte. Next student up, Mr. Noah May. Also outstanding would be Mr. Evan Olson. Next outstanding student would be Miss Alyssa Baca. Next student up, I know he's probably at baseball right now, would be Mr. Lucas Weiner. And outstanding also would be Ava Zagorski. And the outstanding student, it was tough between all 3 hours, but the last student I like to honor for chemistry would be, for the pin, LED Burrow. So last class that I want to honor students with outstanding, some awards have gone to seniors already. I had Anatomy 1, Anatomy 2. I'd like to honor those students. First student up would be Piper Braun. Next student up would be Mr. Henry Haig. Next student up would be Miss Olivia Hooper. Next student I want to honor would be Mr. Evan Olson. And last student that outstanding would be Anna Roshan. I commend all students, no matter where you were at. They did great. So thank you for what you've done, and great job. Next up on the list would be Mr. Grifka.
Okay, could I have the 4 following students come up? Claire Suggett, Emma Latore, who's not here, Olivia Hooper, and Sydney Protzman. These awards are for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. The highest person gets the pin, the second highest gets the certificate. For mathematics, Algebra 2, certificate goes to Emma Latore. Therefore, that means the pin goes to Olivia Hooper. And for Algebra 1, the certificate goes to Claire Suggett. And the medal to Sydney Protzman. And I also teach one section of PE, physical education / conditioning. A lot of you kids that aren't up here today deserve to be up here. It's the I See You Awards. It's the We See You Awards. The kid that works hard every single day in math, in science, in PE, that doesn't get recognized but brings it every single day. I see you, we as teachers see you, and your parents see you. So let's give it up for those kids that work hard every single day. Now my awards in PE go to those kids that I've watched all year that bring it every day. When we have a half day, are they the ones that skip and say it's only 3 hours, or gee, I got a ball game tonight, I can't work hard today, or it's Friday, I just don't feel like working hard? These go to the kids that I've noticed that work extremely hard every single day, whether they're feeling good or not. And first one goes to Dakota Guza. Up next, Olivia Redmond. Riley McIntosh. And last one goes to a kid that just seems happy all the time. He works hard all the time. He's bouncing around. We had a mile at the beginning of the year that we timed the kids on, and then 2 days ago we timed them again to see how much they improved, and he knocked 4 minutes off his mile time. And that goes to Evan Bragger. And up next is Mrs. Seagroves.
Okay, there was confusion because I have to be at the elementary in the morning. We weren't sure if I would be here and if I needed a sub. So that's what all that was. Give me 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Senora Seagroves, the Spanish teacher. It is my privilege to be here. You guys rock. Oh my goodness, whether I had you in middle school or in high school, Spanish is a hard class. It's an elective that you're required to take. And it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really admire the kids who show up, who they do it, they try their best, whether it's easy or not. Honestly, all y'all, awesome work. I love all of my students who showed up like that. I have several certificates for excellence in both Spanish 1 and 2, and I also have my pin for the top Spanish award, so we're going to save the pin for the last. But for excellence in Spanish 1, I have, there we go. I'm going to call you all up and just come on up. Evan Bragger. Aubrey Curtis. Lydia Smith. And Ella Wilson. All right, I have a special certificate here for Spanish 1, which is the most use of Spanish in the classroom. So a key part to taking Spanish is that you have to actually speak Spanish. Hey. But that is actually really hard to do when we're surrounded by English all the time. So to award that effort, Tegan Yurkovich. I also have a certificate for excellence in Spanish 2. This person, she was always given really awesome effort, always asking questions, never just sitting there in ignorance, which is a key skill to being able to learn Spanish. And she did an excellent job. Allie Seward, come on up. All right, and then the pin for overall amazing work in Spanish class. I give this to a Spanish 2 student because they've gone through Spanish 1 and 2. Always putting in all the work, doing great, doing their best stuff, getting good grades, making it look easy, honestly. And Spanish is not easy, in my opinion. But this goes to Bryce King. Thank you so much, and don't forget to do your Duolingo.
Hello, everyone. I'm stepping in for Miss Peplinsky today, who had another event to attend to. So she prepared some awesome things here. This year, she had the privilege of recognizing 3 incredible students for the Most Notable Growth Award. Each of them has grown in unique ways, and she is so proud of the progress they've made, not only academically, but as individuals. Our first recipient is a student who has always come to class prepared and ready to learn. From the start, she was never afraid to ask questions or seek clarity, which is a strength in itself. But what has stood out most this year is the way she stepped outside of her comfort zone by taking risks, particularly more boldly, and embracing each assignment with determination. This award goes to Skylar Steinman. Our second recipient is a student who has demonstrated a remarkable openness to learning and improving. What truly sets him apart is his response to feedback. Rather than shying away from constructive criticism, he welcomes it and then uses it to grow. His writing especially has become a true strength. We watched him develop into a thoughtful, confident writer. This award goes to Henry Haig. The third recipient began the year as a student. Ms. P knew had strong work ethic. She wasn't quite sure yet where he would land in terms of performance. As the year progressed, though, it became clear he was determined to take every opportunity to grow. Again and again, he went the extra mile when it came to revising his work. This goes to James Dorsch. This year, Ms. P has had the honor of recognizing students who have truly excelled in English class, not just through their grades, but through the consistency and depth of thought they bring to everything they do. The first Top English Student Award is a student who has confidently flexed his smarts. He's incredibly thoughtful with his words, a hard worker, and someone who approaches every assignment with both care and integrity. His commitment to excellence hasn't gone unnoticed, and this award is very well deserved. This goes to Zach Fritz. Our second recipient is a student who has matched that level of accomplishment in her own class period. Her work is consistently strong and insightful. She holds herself to high standards and meets them with grace. It's been a joy to watch her shine, and this recognition is a reflection of that brilliance. This award goes to Olivia Hooper. And lastly, the Excellence in English PIN Award. The Excellence in English Award is the highest honor that we have the privilege of presenting. It is reserved for the top performing student this year. In this case, it is someone who not only achieves at an exceptional academic level, but consistently demonstrates a deep understanding of language. This year's recipient is nothing short of remarkable. She has proven time and time again her ability to produce work of the highest quality. Her critical thinking is sharp, her attention to detail unmatched, and her voice, both written and spoken, is confident, poised, and purposeful. This award goes to Elodie Burrell.
Next, Mrs. Suggett has the Rotary Interact Awards. Mrs. Suggett?
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Suggett. I had the privilege of being the Rotary Interact Advisor. For those of you that don't know, Rotary Interact meets 2 times a week. Before school, these kids get up early to come and meet. We do service projects in the community. This year we had the privilege of purchasing a semi-truck full of frozen food that went to our food donations in December. Most of our kids out of this group showed up to help with that. We also did a Souls for Souls program where we collected shoes. We were able to send boxes and boxes of shoes to kids that needed them. Our group was great this year. It's the biggest group that I've had. So I'm going to call all of your names. If you will just come line up and we will clap when I'm done. Olivia Delmont, McKenna Emerson, Henry Haig, Olivia Hooper, Paige Heretsky, Jeffrey Ignash, Debrianna Kennedy, Emma Latore, Linka Park, Wynn Park, Lydia Pop, Sydney Protzman, Emma Purcell, Julia Shoup, Miriam Shoup, Molly Smith, Sadie Steinman, Sarah Steinman, Skylar Steinman, Kylie Wiederhold, Allison Williams, Nicole Williams, Evelyn Zagorski, and Aubrey Zarnke.
Jeffrey. Oh, that's me. Congratulations, Paige. Congratulations, Olivia. Congratulations, Henry. Congratulations, McKenna Emerson. McKenna Emerson. Olivia Delmont. Congratulations. Emma Purcell. Congratulations. You're welcome. Next, I have the awards for Mr. Lavasser. So he has a couple different categories here. First, the category is Excellence in Freshman Focus, and these individuals will receive certificates. Evan Brager, Elizabeth McIntosh, Julia Shoup, and Madison Wolschlager. Come forward, please. Next is his Physical Education Award, and these individuals will receive certificates, and they go to Raiden Bishop and Chase Balicki. And the Freshman Focus pin, which goes to the outstanding student in Freshman Focus, goes to Ella Wilson. Next, I have Miss Travis's awards. And let's begin with the Economics Award. These two individuals get certificates, Zachary Fritz and Evelyn Zagorski. The next certificate is for government and econ, and Yudi and Emma Latore get these certificates. Certificate for United States history. There are a number here: Lydia Pop, Dakota Guza, Ella Wilson, Evan Bragger, and Lauren Fritz. Next is critical thinking in social studies. We have Tariana Strickland, Lucas Weiner, Skylar Steinman, Levi Helmuth, Olivia Hooper, and Piper Braun. And the pins for Miss Travis. First of all, for U.S. history goes to Leanne Kubaski. And the pin for outstanding achievement in economics goes to Elodie Burrell. And the pin for outstanding achievement in U.S. history goes to Adeline Lang. And finally, the pin for outstanding achievement in United States government goes to Bryce King. Okay, next, I would like to request Mr. Etzel to the podium to assist me with, we're going to recognize perfect attendance for semester 1. So for our freshmen, perfect attendance, semester 1, Chase Balicki, Landon Balicki, Casey Diebel, Mason Cady, Anthony Kubaski, Lydia Smith, and Chase Schwartzentruber. Congratulations. Those are freshmen. Next are our sophomores. Perfect attendance first semester, Evan Olson, Aiden Schulte, and Skylar Steinman. Next are our juniors for perfect attendance for first semester. Evan Konechny, Lakin Crone, Kaylee Shaw, Miriam Shoup, and Allison Williams. Congratulations. And moving on to semester 2 for our freshmen, Landon Balicki, Casey Diebel, Anthony Kaboski, Owen Reibling, and Julia Shoup. Congratulations. Those are freshmen. Our sophomores, second semester, perfect attendance, Morgan Blair and Udi. Next are our juniors for second semester perfect attendance, Miriam Shoup and Allison Williams. Names that you heard twice, which would indicate perfect attendance all year, goes to Landon Balicki, Casey Diebel, Anthony Kaboski, Allison Williams, and Miriam Shoup. Congratulations. Come forward for your pins, please. Okay, the next award that we are going to give out goes for our consecutive honor roll all year, which means these students have maintained at least a 3.0 or above all year, and we have quite a list, so I'm proud to say Chase Balicki, Raiden Bishop, Wyatt Buholtz, Mackenzie Buholtz, Samantha Burak, Braden Craig, Samantha De Oliveira. Come forward, please, when your name is called. Bella Erb, Emma Fritz, Chase Gardy, Chloe Gino, Dakota Guza, Gabriel Helmuth, Brady Eisler, Mason Cady, Easton Konechny, Scarlett Conkey, Leanne Kaboski, Braylee Cole, Adeline Lang, Emmy Lewis. Caitlin May, Lainey McCoy, Elizabeth McIntosh, Lydia Pop, Allie Seward, Lydia Smith, Molly Smith, Ellie Stafford, Aiden Stormzan, Chase Schwarzendruber, Madeline Warnick, Mason Warnick, Bria Witt, and Madison Wolschlager. Congratulations. Thank you, David. Yeah, so quite a list, as you see. So great job, freshmen who've maintained honor roll all year. Okay, our sophomore list. Students who have maintained 3.0 or above all year are Morgan Blair, Caitlin Crown, Olivia Delmont, Alana Dietzel, James Dorsch, Aiden Dugan, Jasmine Guza, Paige Horetsky, Heston Kime, Debrianna Kennedy, Benjamin Lavasser, Riley McIntosh, Matthew Murdoch, Olivia Redmond, Lydia Rokicki, Nicholas Ruhan, Cameron Schutte, Layla Stone, Jaden Saransky, Melody Tillery, Abril Torres de la Cruz, Zachary Trost, Braylon Witt, and Tegan Yurkovich. Congratulations, sophomores. Which brings us then to the juniors. And we've got quite a list here as well. I'm proud to say that. Starting with Aubrey Bauk, Natalie Carr, Caden Caribou, Isabella Davis, McKenna Emerson, Ava Gardy, Luke Good, Jacob Herman, Logan Hearn, Jeffrey Ignash, Faith Isham, Jose Antonio Mulatto Lorenzo, William Moreno, Linka Park, Wynn Park, Lillian Patisell, Alyssa Reno, Charlotte Scadden, Madison Scadden, Joshua Schaefer, Peyton Scott, Kaylee Shaw, Terriana Strickland, Allison Williams, and Aubrey Zarke. Congratulations, Junior Honor Roll. Next, this award goes to students who have maintained all A's on the honor roll for all year. And we are going to begin with our freshmen. These certificates go to Ellie Armbruster, Evan Brager, Evan Braun, Chloe Chandler, Nicole Hagg, Fallon Kreider, Kale McClovic, Gracie Prill, Isabella Prill, Sydney Protzman, Owen Reibling, Julia Shoup, Claire Suggett, and Ella Wilson. Congratulations. Next are our sophomores who have maintained all A's all year. Congratulations go to Piper Braun, Elodie Burl, Udi, Lauren Fritz, Zach Fritz, Henry Hagg, Olivia Hooper, McKenna Hearn, Bryce King, Noah Monti, Noah May, Ava Morell, Evan Olson, Sadie Steinman, Skylar Steinman, Lucas Weiner, and Evelyn Zagorski. Congratulations. And next, we have our juniors who have maintained all A's all year. Congratulations go to Lakin Crone, Emma Latorre, Josiah Maurer, Anna Roshan, Ella Sabatka, and Sarah Steinman. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm going to recognize the members of the National Honor Society. Just a little background and how you get into the National Honor Society. After 1 year of study at Lakers, if you have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above, you are invited for application. Once you are in the National Honor Society, you must maintain that grade point average and participate in at least 15 hours of community service, of which includes NHS school-sponsored activities. This year to date, we've been asked to participate in 15 different activities through the community, so we are a main source of the student volunteers for many activities in our area. We will start with the 10th graders, and we're going to try and get them all on stage at the same time. And I'll put you to the challenge. Let's try and do it alphabetical the best we can. A's that way, moving towards the Z's. Here we go with our 10th graders in the National Honor Society. Morgan Blair, Piper Braun, Elodie Burrell, Olivia Delmott, Elena Dietzel, Lauren Fritz, Zach Fritz, Henry Haig, Olivia Hooper, Paige Horetsky, Heston Kime, Debrianna Kennedy, Ben Lavasser, Noah Monti, Noah May, Riley McIntosh, Ava Morell, Matt Murdoch, Evan Olson, Lydia Rokicki, Cameron Schutte, Sadie Steinman, Skylar Steinman, Layla Stone, Abril Torres de la Cruz, Lucas Weiner, Braylon Witt, Evelyn Zagorski. These were this year's 10th graders in the National Honor Society. Give them a round of applause, please. And we will do the same pattern for our 11th grade National Honor Society students. Noah Blair, Aubrey Bauk, Grant Buholtz, Caden Caravu, Ava Gardy, Luke Good, Logan Huron, Jeffrey Ignash, Faith Isham, Lakin Crone, Josiah Maurer, William Moreno, Anna Roshan, Madison Skadden, Joshua Schaefer, Kaylee Shaw, Miriam Shoup, Sarah Steinman, Terriana Strickland, Allison Williams, and Aubrey Zarnke. Please give a round of applause to our 11th grade NHS students.
All right, and the last awards we have are for our student council representatives and council this year. So starting with the freshmen, we have Madeline Warnock, Brian Smith, Elizabeth McIntosh, Ellie Stafford, and Fallon Kreider. Our sophomore student councils was Evelyn Zagorski, Noah May, Evan Olson, Henry Hagg, and Heston Kime. And lastly, our junior class student council was McKenna Emerson, Miriam Shoup, Charlotte Skadden, Allison Williams, and Madison Skadden. Congratulations. All right, that concludes our program. I would like to thank everybody for coming out and wish everybody a great day. Students, you may return to your third hour class and have a great day.